Thank you, Valley Oak Preschool and Korematsu Elementary School communities for joining us for virtual community outreach meeting for the new preschool campus to be constructed on the Korematsu Elementary School campus. My name is Matt Best, and I'm Deputy Superintendent of the Davis Joint Unified School District, and I'll be your host for this virtual outreach meeting. Joining me is the amazing Tim DeWitt from Rainforth Grau Architects. Our purpose for holding this meeting is to bring you up to speed on the work that's taking place thus far on this project. We will also be outlining the JUSD bond program, defining the JUSD facilities project processes, sharing with you some key and exciting information about this project, discussing final building placement, and giving you an opportunity to provide additional feedback over the course of the coming days. First and foremost, I want to give a huge thank you to the Davis voters for the passage of Measure M, which will allow us to build this beautiful facility and many others like it throughout the district. The district sold $150 million worth of bonds related to the passage of Measure M. In related and exciting news, the district was able to secure an excellent financing rate for those bonds, saving Davis taxpayers more than $79 million in interest over the term of the bonds from what we had initially projected at the time of the bond election. In addition to the Measure M bond funds, the district has compiled additional facilities funds to be used on bond program projects in the sum total of $75 million. The bond project is by far the largest construction project the district has seen in many, many years, and we're excited to bring these much needed improvements to our students and school communities. The Korematsu Preschool project was added to the list of prioritized projects in May of 2019. Since that time, the district selected Rainforth Grau Architects to design the preschool project. The Korematsu staff and the Valley Oak Preschool staff were involved in the programming aspects of this project from October 2019 to February 2020. Community outreach meetings were held in February of 2020, and the schematic designs have been finalized, and we're finalizing the last aspects of this project. Each of our programs has a similar set of project phases. The first phase is programming and schematic design. In this phase, we work to determine what the building will be used for and ensure that the spaces within that facility can meet the needs. In this case, the programming and schematic design work has been completed. Once the building location is finalized, which it has been in this project, the project moves into the design development phase. During this phase, specific construction details are finalized, including paint colors, faucets, doors, and all the other related details. Once the design development phase is complete, our architects create construction documents which must be approved by the Division of State Architect. The Division of State Architect approves all plans for public school construction in California. The DSA process for this building will likely take about a month. Once the drawings are approved, the district will hire a contractor to build the buildings. And the construction phase for this process will take between 6 and 8 months. Now I'd like to hand over the presentation to our lead designer, Tim DeWitt from Rainforth Grau Architects.
Thank you, Matt. I'd like to share with you where the project has come since our last public outreach. From that outreach, we did receive comments addressing student safety, accessibility, the additional on-site parking needed, some planned expandability, a great comment about connecting to the bike paths that are on the site, bus access, and also some sustainability issues. The site plan illustrates how we are situating the site. Matt, could you switch the slide? So that the new Korematsu preschool fits nicely within the existing campus. Right now, the existing Korematsu, one of the big pieces was the traffic pattern, and the existing Korematsu parking lot and drop-off zone are part of the site at a separate location, And what we've done with the Korematsu preschool site is we've actually added a secondary student drop-off area and expanded the parking to allow some more student safety, better accessibility, and increasing the site parking. There was an existing parking lot in this area, and we've gone from 22 to 53 parking spaces. So we're really trying to not only make the Korematsu preschool site a standalone site, but utilize the resources between the two schools to make it a better project for both sites. In order to achieve this, we've developed some strong relationships, and that is with the Korematsu Elementary School itself, talking with them about their programs and how to integrate this program. We're actively working with the City of Davis and a traffic engineer in order to study the existing traffic patterns, traffic flows. And one of the comments that came out of our outreach was that the community really had some input on how the traffic works. And so we are integrating all of those comments into these current plans and working with the City of Davis because they realize the situation too, and improving everybody's experience around the school. In addition to that, we're working with the parents and the Korematsu site to stagger the start times to allow these resources to really work together. The current floor plan is what we've been working with for a while, but there was one big addition, and that was again going back to the public safety and staff supervision so that the administrative entry is directly connected with the drop-off and the parking area, but they can also look directly into the play yard. So that allows the school to monitor the entry points, and then after the gate is closed, all guests coming on site will actually enter into the administration, check in with the staff, and then they can enter into the actual play yard, which is all fenced, completely fenced. So once you're in the play yard, there is that direct connection back to the admin. What we do have is the current admin has 5 offices with some open office space, conferencing, and support. In addition to that, we have 7 classrooms that are planned to go in at this time. And then as you see with the plan, we have 2 future classrooms. So that allows the preschool to have flexibility in the future to have planned expandability if necessary. And once again, we are trying to create a very safe environment so that all the classrooms are in the play yard and they're connected within this fenced yard area. As far as sustainability, we did get feedback on questions about how our building is performing. And one of the, these key pieces is that, we're not utilizing any fossil fuels. We're using high performance LED lighting. We have adaptable electric car charging stations in the parking lot. Our roofs are all solar ready. And one of the other comments that came through was to really connect with the Mace Ranch Class 1 bike paths. So we have added additional bike racks and parking out in front of the campus to really try to not only give the opportunity for biking, but to promote the idea of biking to school for the teachers and others to utilize. We're also using bioswales for all the water treatment for the runoff, that it's treated before it actually goes into the stormwater system. And our buildings are all exceeding Title 24 by an average of 16.5%. I wanted to share with you a couple of views of the site. This is from the main entry. What you can see here is that we have this extended parking area, the drop zone right in front of the administrative area. And the other piece that's nice is that we're bringing in a bus loop that's there on the left that will allow, again, all the activities of the school to happen on site. And that's really the goal, is to try to make sure that we don't impact Loyola with cars and students, because that's really something that was identified as a real public safety issue. So we're bringing all that activity on site, again, for the student safety. And then the next one is just a zoomed in view. So what you can see here is the entry for the administration area is very strong and clear. And it also then connects right up to the play yard area that all the classrooms cluster around, creating this nice courtyard for the kids. Matt,
Tim,
yeah.
we hope that you will continue to stay informed and engaged on this project. You can find a great deal of information about all of our bond projects in the district, including key aspects, project milestones, and frequently asked questions on the DJUSD website at www.djusd.net/bond. You can also subscribe to our monthly DJUSD bond newsletter by visiting the website. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this project. You can send feedback to facilityplanning@djusd.net. The comment period for this meeting will end on July 26, 2020. All emails sent to the facility planning email address will be shared with the entire bond team. Thank you for watching, and we hope you and your family are well. All right.